the father.
Take me off child support, baby.
Is Mr. Robinson with you?
No, but his sister.
I had got arrested the night of, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be 100% honest with you, Your Honor. I said, Eric, I said, would you do me a favor? She said, what, Bob? I said, will you make sure you go to the hospital for me?
And so she went.
Yeah, when she came up, she said that she tried to get Ryan to come, but...
This is a small town. Everybody knows who drives what. This particular person I know stayed with her a week.
Really? And you know who this guy is?
One of my cousins.
Miss Johnson, did you tell your ex that
One of my relatives told my ex that he was the father.
Your relatives, but you never personally.
I always told Mr. Lewis that he was.
But did you tell your ex that he was as well?
No, I didn't.
They were living together as of a couple of months ago.
Who cares? This is just getting ridiculous. You all in this Facebook, and this instead of laying down in the bed with no protection, we wouldn't be here. But now, you all want to talk about Facebook all day.
This is a small town. Everybody knows who drives what. This particular person I know stayed with her a week.
Really? And you know who this guy is?
Case 1. The case kicks off with pure chaos. Miss Smith walks into court because she's unsure who fathered her 4-month-old baby boy. The possibilities? Either her ex or her current fiance. Judge Lake is tasked with sorting through the storm.
You're in court today because you claim a miscalculation during your pregnancy has left you unsure about the paternity of your 4-month-old son, Lamondre. Now today you hope to determine whether your ex-boyfriend, offended Mr. Brooker, fathered your child.
The drama twists fast. Questions swirl around whether the child belongs to Mr. Brooker or the former boyfriend. Neither side has answers, and tension builds every word. The uncertain is enough to shake every what.
When me and my ex-boyfriend ended up breaking up, I talked to Lamondre and I invited him to my birthday party a few days after we had sex. Once that happened, I was like really starting to like him and be interested, felt like sick, so I decided to take a pregnancy test.
Okay.
And so it came back positive.
Makes it heavier is the emotional side. Mr. Brooke isn't just engaged to Miss Smithies, already bonded with the little boy. Their wedding plans are in motion, yet the DNA results could rewrite everything.
Have you all started doing father and son things and beautiful, so you have a bond with this little boy?
Yes,
he has your name. You all are engaged.
Yes, ma'am. We plan on getting married September.
But the confusion doesn't stop there. Miss Smith visited not one, but 3 separate doctors. Each one gave her a completely different opinion about the pregnancy timeline. 3 experts, 3 contradictions, and triple the mystery.
3 different doctors I went to, and they told me, well, yeah, you're about 8 or 9 weeks pregnant, and they did it by the chart. So that led back to that next week I went and I got a blood test done, and they said that just about the same thing, 8 or 9 weeks, and my due date.
Then comes another bombshell. Miss Indy Samsu shares that her baby came 2 months earlier than expected. With the timeline completely scrambled, the court calls on a medical professional to bring some clarity.
He was born premature. He was born 2 months early because I have an incompetent cervix, so that kind of prevents me from holding the child inside, so they have to do a surgery.
A month early based upon the first 2 appointments.
Exactly.
Enter Dr. Gator, a specialist in family medicine. He steps in to cut through the noise and explain how such cases can unfold. The audience leans in, hoping for certainty, but the puzzle remains unsolved for now.
It actually happens more often than you would think. Miss Smith's first visit, she basically was given a potential due date of April the 9th, her last menstrual period of July the 3rd. However, as she testified, so when you're basing it off that information, it can be very inaccurate.
Through all this, Mr. Brooker doesn't back away. He stands tall, showing commitment despite the storm hanging over. Still, the looming DNA test hangs like a shadow, threatening to test the strength of their relationship.
I had doubts, I did, but at the same time, like I told her, through the time we were together, I actually ended up falling in love with her. Regardless whether the result came out if the baby was to be mine or not, I was going to be there. I even gave her my name.
That's wonderful.
Just when things couldn't get more unbelievable, a revelation surfaces. Mr. Brooker secretly attempted a home DNA test while the baby was only 2 days old in the NICU. His desperation for answers adds yet another layer of drama.
To get there to the hospital.
So your cousin brought an at-home DNA test.
Yes, ma'am.
But the baby wasn't at home yet, right?
No,
he was still in the hospital.
He was still in the hospital. He was in the NIC. And I swabbed him like the first.
In the NIC unit?
Yes, ma'am.
And finally, the big moment arrives. All eyes turn toward the court as the official DNA results are revealed. The suspense is electric, and no one knows how the truth will land.
Mr. Brooker, you are not his father.
Case 2. This case wastes no time pulling us into pure chaos. What begins as a regular hearing quickly spirals into an emotional showdown. It's messy, unpredictable, and full of shocking turns. Buckle up, because this one doesn't let go.
Mitchell, you are here in the court today because you claim your childhood sweetheart stole your virginity, got you pregnant, and is now denying paternity of your 2-month-old daughter, Riley.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Mitchell comes forward with her side of the story, and nothing is sugarcoated. She lays it all out while the judge digs deeper into the details. Mr. Robinson even admits they weren't using protection, something the judge bluntly calls a baby guarantee. But the real bombshell is still coming.
We hooked up, had sex, I lost my virginity, and I found out I was pregnant 3 weeks later.
No, Your Honor. We hooked up.
That's about all you need.
Yeah,
is one
that's
time.
about-
One time. Did you use protection?
No.
That's a recipe for,
Disaster.
well, no, for baby making.
Mr. Robinson turns the heat up by revealing doubts about fatherhood. His reason? A rumor floating around on social media. The judge can hardly believe it, pointing out that his suspicions are built entirely on Facebook chatter. Who knew a post could cause so much courtroom chaos?
You start getting messages from the peanut gallery.
From her best friend, Your Honor.
Telling you they just want to give you the heads up that she was sleeping with other people.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that you don't think you're necessarily the only potential candidate.
Just when things couldn't get more dramatic, the whole case takes a soap opera turn. Accusations fly back and forth, with everyone pointing fingers about timelines and whereabouts. Tension builds, and the energy in the room is explosive.
Is Mr. Robinson with you?
No, but his sister.
Because I had got arrested the night of, I'm not going to lie, I'll be 100% honest with you, Your Honor. So I said, Erica, I said, will you do me a favor? She said, what, bub? I said, will you make sure you go to the hospital for me?
And so she went.
Yeah,
And
when
she
she
went.
came up, she said that she tried to get Ryan to come, but
And then, unbelievable, Facebook becomes the center of another fight. Voices rise as the argument spins in circles, all tied back to online gossip. The judge's patience wears thin as the drama continues to spiral.
Who cares? This is just getting ridiculous. You all in this Facebook, and this instead of laying down in the bed with no protection, we wouldn't be here. But now, you all want to talk about Facebook all day. You all to understand that beautiful
Your Honor, I
little girl
take
is
care
what
of
matters.
This is a beautiful baby, and it is about her, and that is why we're here today.
Then comes a shift in tone, am I asked. Robinson gets emotion. He confesses that, deep down, he wants to be part of little Ryland's life. The judge leans in, curious about any resemblance, while the entire court hangs on the moment.
And pray to God on everything that I love. I have not known my father for 20 years. I don't want Riley to grow up like that. If she is mine, by all means, I want to give her everything.
He won't let us.
She
She's
will not let me.
drama. They
The only
haven't
way
tried.
he told me that I could see Riley is
As
if
if
I
he
came
left
by
me.
myself.
But Robinson pushes back, claiming he and Riley don't look alike at all. He even brings out pictures, trying to prove his point with side-by-side comparisons. The judge, unfazed, steers the case toward the real issue, money for raising a child.
Now this picture
Is of me and our 3 kids, which 2 of them are biologically not mine. Look at me, and they call me father. I am a good father.
He is a good father. Not just the one that's his, but all 3 of them he's been there
So,
for.
hold on.
That's when finances hit the table. Miss Mitchell explains the weight of baby expenses and asks for help. Robinson says he's willing to contribute, but all eyes shift toward the envelope that holds the fine truth.
You would indeed owe her half of those child care expenses,
Yeah.
but I cannot rule on that claim until we know the results.
Riley, anything.
Good, that's what I wanted to hear you. She is your biological child. You are responsible.
And here, it is the climax everyone's been waiting for. The DNA results are about to be revealed, and the tension in the room is so thick you can almost feel it crack. One test will decide it all.
Mr. Robinson, you are the father.
Case 3, from the very beginning. This case doesn't waste a second before diving into chaos. Judge Lake steps in, trying to unravel the tangled mess, but it already feels straight out of a soap opera. And if you think that's dramatic, it's only the opening act.
You claim you have no doubts whatsoever that Mr. Lewis is the father of your 6-month-old daughter, Josiah. You say the only reason he doubts paternity is because he heard false rumors.
Things take off at lightning speed when Mr. Lewis raises questions about the timeline. His suspicions make sense. Every detail seems off, almost begging for a detective to piece it together. With each revelation, the situation grows more intense.
Well, it all started, me and Mr. Lewis was friends back in middle school, and then we stopped talking for a while, and then we met up again through Facebook. I had broke up with my ex, and then me and Mr. Lewis started dating in March 2013, and I found out that I was pregnant in April. That's how the whole story went.
Mr. Lewis reacts with a cocktail of emotion, shock, nerves, and a hint of excitement. Just as he's processing possibility of fatherhood, another surprise gets tossed in from family. Suddenly, calm is completely out of reach.
When she first told me, I was excited. I actually broke down crying to my mom because I ain't know how to be, because I ain't have my dad, and I ain't want no kid growing up like I did.
When you got this news, your son says he burst out crying and told his mother. How did you feel?
Well, I first found out through Miss Johnson. That's how I first found out that she was pregnant.
So you found out from Miss Johnson?
Yes.
Family drama is now at full blast. Miss Lewis begins losing her trust. The doubt is heavier than ever, and now it feels like a twisted game of who's the daddy. The uncertainty is driving everyone into confusion, and no one's sure who to believe.
When did the doubt come in?
The doubt came in when I spoke with one of Miss Johnson's family members. That's when the doubt came in.
From her family member?
She had told me that my son could be the father, and she also said there could be others that could be the father.
Others, plural?
Yes.
Miss Johnson then drops her reasoning sheet, chose not to inform Mr. Lewis when the baby was born. Why? Because she believed he already doubted her. Standing her ground, she justifies her choice. But the tension in court climbs with every word.
After she had the baby, he found out through the relative that she had the baby. She had already had the baby maybe 3 days when we found out.
Why is it you didn't tell him when the baby was coming?
Because he was believing everybody else that the baby wasn't his, so I told him that it wasn't his.
Enters social media, the firestarter that pushes this conflict even higher. Arguments spill online, twisting rumors and opinions into a storm. What was already messy now feels like an uncontrollable digital circus.
I made a status on a social network. The ex contacted me. It was something like in reference of my son, finding out that he's a father, to now finding out that he may not father, it could be somebody else's. So the ex saw my status and sent me a message. Come to find out, I know the ex because he's a friend of my godson's.
As if that wasn't enough, the ex-boyfriend steps forward, boldly declaring he's the father. The courtroom is left spinning in disbelief. Just when everyone thought they'd heard it all, the chaos levels up once more.
Miss Johnson, did you tell your ex that
One of my relatives told my ex that he was the father.
Your relatives, but you never personally?
I always told Mr. Lewis that he was.
But did you tell your ex that he was as well?
No, I didn't.
They were living together as of a couple of months ago.
Then comes another liar, Mr. Lewis secretly overheard a phone call between Miss Johnson and her ex. What he caught left him rattled. Each new piece of information makes the truth feel more distant than ever.
One day, I think it was in March, we had a three-way conversation. She didn't know I was on the phone, and I actually heard her. He asked her who the father between me and Derek, and I heard her say, I don't know.
You were on the phone?
Yes, she had me on mute.
You're just listening in, and Miss Johnson didn't know you were on the phone?
Yes.
And the ex was on the phone?
Yes.
So this is a three-way call?
Yes.
Judge Lake finally presses hard, asking Miss Johnson directly, do you know who Josiah's father really? She responds that the baby resembles Mr. Lewis, but when pushed on timelines, her uncertainty showed. The tension is almost unbearable.
Is it a possibility that either man could be her father?
Well, the possibility is Mr. Lewis. He could be the father.
So, I have to understand, why would this ex-boyfriend, even if your family told him something, Lewis is the father of this child, it is not your child, why would he take it upon himself?
At last, the moment the entire room has been holding its breath for arrives. The DNA results are ready to be revealed. The answer that could shatter or mend everything is finally within reach.
Pertaining to 6-month-old Josiah Johnson. Mr. Lewis, you are Josiah's father.
relationship at the center of this storm is messy beyond belief. She insists it was nothing serious, but the details sound more tangled than she admits. Viewers are left wondering what's real and what's being hidden.
Well, me and Miss Mitchell met at a bus station when I was coming from Chicago to Arkansas. We went to him and we were texting.
Then Mr. Anderson throws down a shocking claim that stuns the room. The contrast between their story has the audience glued.
This is a small town. Everybody knows who drives what. This particular person I know stayed with her a week.
Really? And you know who this guy is?
One of my cousins.
Grows more painful to watch when emotions spill over. Mr. Anderson blocked Miss Whitman online, cutting off all out of nowhere. The case takes a gut-punch turn. Mr. Anderson breaks down, confessing how deeply this ordeal has affected his life. It's heartbreaking, but you know more twists are still around the corner.
I feel emotional right now, Mr. Anderson. What do you feel?
I've been through so much.
Steps in, unimpressed with the excuses and contradictions. The courtroom feels heavy as the truth inches closer. With every passing moment,
is there any chance that neither one of these gentlemen the father of your child?
No, Your Honor, there's no chance that anybody else could be the father.
So you are...
Eyes are on the envelope that holds the truth.
It has been determined by this court.
Case 5. This case doesn't ease and it explodes right from the start. Judge Lake wastes no time pointing out that Miss Adams is here because her son could face jail time over unpaid child support. And that's just the opening chapter of this roller coaster.
Your son, Mr. Adams, is joining us via satellite from Flint, Michigan. You claim he's on the verge of being arrested for back child support, and you're both with us today to prove he's not the father of the defendant's 3-year-old son in an effort to keep him out of jail.
Miss Williams comes in swinging, firmly claiming Mr. Adams is the father of her child. She insists he failed to step up as a dad, and that's why he's now drowning in trouble. The energy in the courtroom spikes instantly.
Ms. Williams, you say Mr. Adams is indeed your baby's biological father, and you argue his legal issues are his own fault because he never stepped up for his son.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Adams isn't about to back down. He fires back, saying there was never anything real between. To him, it was casual fun, nothing serious, and certainly nothing that tied him to fatherhood.
No, I really wouldn't call it no relationship. You know, I met her at a house party. She tried to have sex with me on the first date, so that was a judge of character right there.
But you weren't in a committed relationship.
But the drama doesn't slow down. Miss Williams stuns everyone when she admits she was seeing other men around the time her child was conceived. The gasps in the court are loud. Suddenly, the DNA test becomes the star of the show.
I mean, no, when we was young at the time, we hooked on and off, and you know, it just...
So it was just an on and off thing? Yeah, it was just... Wasn't committed during that time. Were you also sleeping with other men as well?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
Without using protection?
Yes.
Tears begin to surface as Miss Williams explains herself. She says she honestly thought her ex was the father at first. Her emotions show just how complicated this situation has become, especially with financial struggles still looming.
I wasn't 9 months pregnant. I was still in the middle of pregnancy, and that's when I told you when I was with my ex, and I thought at the time, because I was still messing with my ex, that's what the agreement was between me and my ex at the time.
But you understand why this could then make her doubtful?
Yes, I do.
Then, a twist, Mr. Adams reveals he started getting hit with child support bills out of nowhere. The shock is clear, and frustration pours out as he describes how overwhelming it all became. The stakes only get higher.
At the beginning of this year, I started receiving paperwork telling me that I had to make payments of $99 per month for a child that I haven't even been tested for yet.
Never appeared and she left
I'm not about
town.
to keep going through this with you. I told you
I have papers right here, Your Honor.
The courtroom erupts again when Mr. Adams says he actually ended up behind bars because of this child support mess. It's a stunning reveal that takes this story from dramatic to downright chaotic.
Police just ran our names, so I gave them my name proud, like, you know, I'm Lassiter Adams. You know, I ain't think I had no warrant. Come to find out, he come back to me like, oh, Mr. Adams, you got a warrant for child support. I'm like, what?
And how much time did you serve for this?
Like 10 days.
Mr. Adams stands firm, saying he feels no connection to the child Miss Williams claims is his. But Judge Lake isn't letting that slide sheet challenges him head on, asking if he even sees himself in the little boy.
Baby John, do you see yourself?
I mean, honestly, no, Your Honor, because, you know, I spent time around this child. If he was really my son, you know, I think we had that bond, that connection.
You felt nothing?
Honestly, no.
That's when the judge delivers a reality check. She warns Mr. Adams that ignoring court orders is no joke and that his freedom is on the line. And with that, the tension peaks as the DNA results are finally brought forward.
What I want you to learn from this this lesson is, when the court calls, you got to answer. Because of your irresponsibility, you've created a situation where you might go to jail if this child turns out to be yours.
The room goes silent. Every eye is locked on the judge as she prepares to reveal the DNA test results. The suspense is so thick, you can almost hear hearts pounding at court.
It has been determined that Mr. Adams is not the father.
Take me off child support, baby.